Urrutia now, who was trying to reel in on Victor Franzoni, perhaps get himself a podium. He's got all kinds of business behind him from Aaron Telitz, his teammate. Anything that might have happened there in front of you, Dave, I think Urrutia might have gotten it corrected because Telitz was not able to close all the way in on the rear wing. But a bit of a moment there late in the race. Santi Urrutia out through turn number 11.
Yeah, he gathered it back up, but boy, that was a pretty hairy moment down there in turn 5, Anders.
Yeah, it was indeed, and just, I think, outbraked himself. And it can be a very easy thing to do if you're on the last couple of laps here and maybe you're not as laser focused as you have been, or you just kind of settled into your position. It can be so easy to just outbrake yourself a little bit, or maybe not make as much of an adjustment in the cockpit as you need to as the tires wear off here. But yeah, he got away with that one, and luckily for him, with as few laps as there is to go, hopefully that flat spot for him won't affect him too badly.
Well, it has been a rough weekend for Dalton Kellett this weekend, as he's been kind of struggling for pace. And who we got? Ryan Marine. You can see that 28 car coming to pit lane right now.
He just brought it in to the attention of the Andretti Autosport crew at a crawl. His lap times had been going the wrong direction the last few laps, and perhaps a flat tire the reason for it. They're going to go ahead and change the front 2 Cooper tires. They're bolting them on now, but Dalton Kellett, the weekend has not gone to plan so far. The pole sitter with a Freedom 100, looking to try and salvage a little bit of something here, but not a whole lot of time left to do it.
Up front, that lead, Anders, has ballooned to 2.8 seconds for Colton Herta over Pato O'Ward. And, we talk about the future for Colton Herta. This championship isn't decided. It's not going to be decided today by any means. But Pato O'Ward is a guy that's got a bright future, and it certainly seems like it could be in the IndyCar Series as well.
Yeah, and I think certainly the both of them, would be very well deserving. I mean, as would, frankly, I think when you look at the top 5 here, all of them really have, the capability of moving up next year and doing a fine job, I think. But Colton Herta looking like the most polished product at this point in time out there, just in the way of putting the races together in the latter part of the season.
Yeah, came into this weekend with a 6-point advantage. Dave first talked about that pole position that O'Ward scored for tomorrow's race. That is going to play in big. That got the lead back down to 5 points, but certainly with this win, Colton Herta has a chance to push that lead a little bit further. And we continue to watch. Aaron Telitz doesn't let Santi Urrutia get away, and they're not too far behind Victor Franzoni. We may possibly have a battle for the final step on the podium, although we are running out of time. We're going to see 2 laps to go this time.
And I'm looking at the push to pass here and seeing that Aaron Telitz only has 2 pushes left to go, and Santi Urrutia has none. So that means that Aaron Telitz really only has 1 or 2 attempts to really get the job done here, but he needs to be within that 1.5 seconds. So question is, can he be close enough coming into turn 1 and into turn 3 here to make something happen?
Yeah, he's hustling, Michael Young. Let's take a look at that battle for 4th as they head to turn number 1 with 2 to go.
About 3 car lengths the separation between Santi Urrutia, he's the 4th place driver, and his teammate Aaron Telitz in 5th. They take the same line at the exit of turn number 1. I noticed it about 3 laps ago. Telitz was starting to make the charge a little bit. That was the lap that Santi Urrutia made the mistake. Let's see if Telitz can close that ground with almost 1 lap to go.
Meanwhile, the leader, Dave, first heads to turn 5 with a lap and a half to go.
It's almost as if he's a back marker. He's got so much space in between himself and the 2nd place running Patricio O'Ward. Further back, then it's Victor Franzoni, and still Aaron Telitz trying to make a play on Santi Urrutia for 4th.
Colton Herta yesterday didn't seem overly concerned in missing pole. Of course, that's always a driver's goal during qualifying, but he was very calm and collected after getting out of the car in qualifying, and this is probably why, because he was very confident about what kind of a race car he had, and that race car right now, as Dave had mentioned, is well out nearly by his lonesome. He works his way through turn number 10 and now sets up for turn number 11. That was the sound of Pato O'Ward going by. Then it's Victor Franzoni. Then you wait just a little bit before Urrutia, and then Aaron Telitz.
Yeah, only 1 pole position this year for Colton Herta, but certainly, Anders, these are the days that the points pay big time.
Oh, yeah, and I think if you'd asked him last year, would he have rather had his 2 wins or his 7 pole positions? I think it's pretty easy. He would have rather swapped those numbers around, and that's exactly what he's worked on all offseason, is just kind of turning that speed into consistency in the races, and has he done a fine job in the last month and a half.
Back up the hill, he's going to see the white flag here at Road America. Colton HERTA, the second-generation talent, looking for his fourth straight win as he heads to turn one for the final time.
Near perfect season for Colton HERTA. Swept the month of May. He will continue into June. Exits turn number one for the final time. Colton HERTA looking for win number 4 in his 2018 campaign.
Oh, he's just been so smooth in that Deltro Energy Mazda all day today. Navy and white, the colors on that. Of course, George Steinbrenner IV, the co-owner of that car, along with Michael Andretti. They know talent when they see it. And day first, Colton HERTA heading to turn 5 for the final time, looking for that fourth win of the season.
Yep, I tell you, for Indy Lights, there are a few racetracks where you want to win and win often. Road America is certainly one of those racetracks. Colton HERTA, one final lap before Victory Lane here at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
A car that is owned under the lineage of championships. And Colton HERTA, of course, trying to win one himself, a second-generation driver under his father, Brian HERTA, who raced in the Varese on IndyCar Series. Now Colton HERTA works his way through turn number 8 and turn number 9. He does not, again, put a wheel anywhere in the wrong spot. It has been a flawless day under a flawless sky here in Road America. Everything sunny so far, Nick, for Colton HERTA.
Yep, it's all coming up 98s right now for Colton HERTA. The advantage 3.6 seconds the last time at the line as he makes his way down Kettle Bottoms. It does not look like his teammate Pato O'Ward is going to challenge him. O'Ward's going to salvage the day, though, coming in with a slight points disadvantage. A second-place finish, as good as you can do when that car and that driver of number 98 has been as spot on as he has been. Through turn number 14 for the final time, back up the hill, Colton HERTA is going to go 4 for 4 here in the last 4 races in Indy Lights. He'll see the checkered flag and win at Road America. Colton HERTA scores the victory here in Elkhart Lake. He'll wave to his team as they sprint out onto pit lane to salute their driver as HERTA picks up his 4th win of the season. Pato O'Ward comes home in the 2nd spot, 3.7 seconds behind. Good podium for Victor Franzoni. Starts from pole position. He'll come home in 3rd, 5.5 seconds back. Santi Urrutia finishes in 4th. Aaron Telitz will finish in the 5th spot. Ryan Norman comes home in 6th. And Dalton Kellett will be relegated to 7th position. Anders, a perfect drive, no doubt about it. What more can you say about a guy like Colton HERTA?
Yeah, and just kind of the way that he bided his time when he was trying to catch Victor Franzoni initially and